I wish I had one more year, and people who are sophomores, freshmen, juniors, are saying, I want out of the band. Don't get out. You meet more people, and you find out when you're up here that they're the best friends you could possibly have. And I'd like to thank Mr. Preston. We didn't really get close to this year, and he helped me out when I had a lot of problems in basketball, and he was like a dad to me, and I really thank him a lot. And I guess that's it. I gotta get off here before I start crying. I promised myself I wouldn't do this, but I guess that's where I went. What's next? I think Kim Turner is the next speaker. Anissa. Anissa and the Band Camp Babes. What could this be, huh? Thank you.
We're planning to do just a little something this year at band camp. Just one day, like when we're marching down to Mosquito Valley or down there, down the hill, rather. We were just walking down there one day, and we kind of made this little song, and we always kind of did things like that, and it's really special, and it's really kind of funny, and I dedicate this to Mr. Preston. I don't want no more band camp life. Gee, Mom, I wanna go. Hey, Mom, I gotta go. Gee, Mom, I wanna go home. The biscuits here at camp, they say are mighty fine. One rolled off the table and killed a friend of mine. Oh, I don't want no more band camp life. Gee, Mom, I wanna go. Hey, Mom, I gotta go. Gee, Mom, I wanna go home. We're sitting on the 30, Mr. Preston's on the 10. He raises up his microphone and yells, do it again. Oh, I don't want no more band camp life. Gee, Mom, I wanna go. Hey, Mom, I gotta go. Gee, Mom, I wanna go home. Karen's on the podium, Miss Mashburn's on the top. There's water all around us, but do we get a drop? No, I don't want no more band camp life. Gee, Mom, I wanna go. Hey, Mom, I gotta go. Gee, Mom, I wanna go home. The golf carts at the camp, they say are mighty fine. One rolled around the corner and left a wheel behind. Oh, I don't want no more band camp life. Gee, Mom, I wanna go. Hey, Mom, I gotta go. Gee, Mom, I wanna go home. The cooks here at the camp, they say are mighty fine. Some are over 80 and some are under 9. Oh, I don't want no more band camp life. Gee, Mom, I wanna go. Hey, Mom, I gotta go. Gee, Mom, I wanna go home. Oh, the cabins at the camp, they say are mighty fine. They all have moldy beds and smell like turpentine. I don't want no more band camp life. Gee, Mom, I wanna go. Hey, Mom, I gotta go. Gee, Mom, I wanna go home. Oh, the instructors at the camp, they say are mighty mean. Some are very ugly and smell like Mr. Clean. No, I don't want no more band camp life. Gee, Mom, I wanna go. Hey, Mom, I gotta go. Gee, Mom, I wanna go home. The bathrooms at the camp, they say are mighty clean. One step in the shower, you step on slimy green. No, I don't want no more band camp life. Gee, Mom, I wanna go. Hey, Mom, I gotta go. Gee, Mom, I wanna go home. Okay, so that was that. Well, I'll first start off with 5th grade. I started playing clarinet. It was fun, yeah, I have to admit, it was fun. But then I got up to my freshman year and I started playing bass drum.
all the percussion come down there and asked me to play bass drum. So I tried that for a while and ended up being section leader for 2 years of bass drums, and it was pretty fun, I have to admit. The worst thing of band camp was riding on the bus. You get cramps in your legs and everything, so that was the worst part, but otherwise the competition was really great. And I want to thank my mom and dad and my grandmother and grandpa for going to all the competitions that we had. It was really great. And Debbie's mom back there, her whistles and stuff is just great. And Debbie, she's been a real close friend of mine all through high school and stuff. We've been really close. We ride the bus together and everything. And the whole percussion's been like one group, and the whole band is like a real good family. And I'm gonna really miss it. You don't think of anything till you get up here and you think, well, I'm not gonna miss band camp or band period, but you are. And I've wanted to quit so many times, but Mr. Preston and everybody wouldn't let me. They didn't want me to leave, so I decided to stay, and I'm glad I did. It was a real good experience, and hopefully I'll just go on to college and play more there. I thank Mr. Preston for that, and Mr. Thurkill, he's been pretty good too. I'm just teasing. You have been good. Miss Monterino, if she was here, I'd thank her, and Brian Mason, I'd thank him too for putting up with us, and Mr. Preston, he's been through a lot. Everybody knows that. And, well, gee, what am I going to say next? Well, I'd just like to thank all the band boosters for supporting us and helping us with the uniforms and giving us Gatorade for all the hot days. And the 2 times that I passed out after getting off the field, that was really nice. Just real nice. And, but I hung through it through the finals and stuff. And that was one good part of it. Let's see. Well, I think that's about it. Just thank you all for being here. It's really great. And next speaker is Larry Strickles.
Well, I don't know where to start. First of all, I want to thank Mr. Preston and Band Boosters and Miss Perry, wherever you're at. Thank you a lot for helping out this year. And I want to start out by saying band has been really great. Band camp's been great. Last year was the best ever. And I want to thank Mark, my best friend. That's where I met him. And the worst thing that ever happened to me in band was my freshman year. Came into Ready Week, Percussion Week. And this guy, our instructor from UK, thought I was going to be a hero and play all this stuff they wrote. I couldn't play it. They had me crying and everything else. I couldn't play it, so I quit. That was the stupidest thing I ever did. And I came back, and Mr. Preston talked me into it somehow. Thank you. And from then on, everything went uphill until my sophomore year. I went to junior high band camp and helped out. Shannon remembers this. We was going in to eat one day, and we had lemonade to drink. So I thought I was real thirsty, so I took the first drink, What it was mop water. And every day we went to play putt-putt, me and Shannon and Sean. And so I had to miss out for 2 days because I had to lay in bed because I was sick. And we went to St. Louis my sophomore year. That was really fun. And I like to thank Miss Monterino, even though she's not here. And all the band boosters have been great. And Brian Mason, I don't know, is he here? No. I like to thank him because if it wasn't for him, probably I'd never made all region. Never got the plaques that I got last year. And Mr. Preston, I'll never forget 5th grade first challenges we ever had. I got first chair and I thought it was going to be the greatest ever. And he called me Macho Man, so I did. And I like to thank all the seniors. You're the greatest ever. And I guess that's it. So next is Jack Hudson. I haven't really thought about this too much.
been kind of avoiding it. But I remember sitting out there and looking up here and saying, God, what did they say? But now that I'm here, I guess it doesn't make any difference because now I got to come up with something to say. I started out band in 5th grade playing trumpet over at Junction City Elementary School. I sat first chair the whole year. I thought I was bad. I didn't even think about the fact that there was only one trumpet in the school. Everything kind of came crashing down when I got up here at the elementary school, and there were all these other trumpet players. I decided I wanted to play French horn come junior high. And they put me on this big, ugly-looking thing that I barely even understood, hardly even seen it before. Put me with this guy named Lynn Sharp.
He always heard him.
And I decided I wanted to play football. Somehow he talked me into playing football. Mr. Preston talked me out of it, and that was the best move I could have ever made, staying in band. But I hear all these people getting up here and talking about the marching part of band. That's not where it happens. It happens in concert band. That's where everything gets done. So when y'all little ones get up here and you start working real hard, trying to make the band better, the fall you got to do a lot of work, but in the wintertime, that's when it all happens. That's when you need to concentrate. So when you get down to it, it all comes out okay in the end, I guess. I'm lost. And the next speaker is Tracy Mitchell.
First off, I want to thank my mom and my dad for being with me throughout 5 years of band, 6, 7, something like that. And I want to apologize to Sally and Heather and Jeff, because I know they really hated me and Holly. All we did was tell them, Sally, you all aren't doing it right. That's all we ever said. And finally Sally just turned around and said, well, I can't help it. She turned around and walked off. But I know she got used to us after a while. But we had a really good time at band camp this year, and Mr. Preston, yes, sometimes I've just hated that man. I swear. But down deep, he's a pretty good old person. But the person that helped me through band camp the most, especially on our trips, was Mama Perry. She did everything for me. She cooked cookies for me and candy and brought them to me every time we left. If it wasn't for her, I don't know what I'd have done. I'd have starved to death. I know, Keisha ate all my cookies. And as Keisha was talking about the third bus and her mouth, yes, I was one of them that kept telling her to shut up. I was the one that got her in trouble that day. I was the one that sent the man back there. No, I can just say that I'm going to miss hearing, go back and do it again, Trooper Doopers. And there were some times when he would be out on that bus and the megaphone would go out. And we'd all look at each other and go, oh, right. But he'd always go out and buy him another one. And we thought, oh, God, not again. But it was one of the best years. I thought about quitting at first. And, yes, Mr. Preston come and talked me out of it last year. I had my mind all set. I'm just going to stay free the whole winter, not going to have to go to band camp or nothing. And Mr. Preston comes, well, I hear you're going to quit. No. Where'd you hear that? I got out of that one real quick, but I'm glad I stayed in it. It was a lot of hard work, but I was sitting there going, every day we had band practice. I don't want to go. Mom, I'm sick. No, go on. So I went on and I made it through it. And I think I didn't miss any, did I? No, I was real good this year. I didn't miss any. Coach Mark. But in fact, I didn't break Tanya Perry's limit on getting out of class either. No, the girl missed like, how many days we have of school? It was 69 days out of class. I believe her excuse was I have to go to the bathroom or take aspirins every day. And she willed me that, and Mr. Preston didn't let me get away with it. I tried, though. But no, we had a pretty good year, and I just want to thank everybody for being with me, although I did yell a lot. And Dan, you had a hard time with me and Sharon, I'm sorry. Especially when we went to concert and stuff. Kind of hurt the boys' pride and didn't mean to. But I guess that's all I got to say. Just thanks, Mr. Preston, Mr. Brookhill.
Oh my, there's a lot of people out there. Well, first off, Mr. Thurkill, I'd really like to thank him for all the basketball seasons. And we actually got on the bus and actually had a conversation, you know, during Martin season and stuff. Mr. Thurkill was always there. Holly, you're not doing this right. Holly, you're not doing that right. And I said, well, you know, this is how it goes, Mr. Thurkill. And there's one time that Tracy and I remember very well. He said, yeah, I don't remember what contest it was, but he actually said, yeah, I actually stopped and listened to the music and didn't look at the mistakes that he always in the show, and I'd just like to thank him because he told you we remember it, and we did. And I don't know, Deli quit looking at me. And well, Deli and Mom and Dad, I just want to thank you. I don't know what I've done about you during the past 4 years. You've went through a lot of stuff, and I really like to thank you, and I really love you. And Sherry, guys, I really love you guys, and I'm gonna miss you next year. Amy, I wish you the best of luck. You and Kobe. Kobe, I know you didn't want her in band, but I sure was glad she was there with me. And first trumpet, you know, you always said, you know, we're not the ones talking. And Tracy and I said, yeah, you were. And that might have been the truth, but we really didn't do anything by it, just for y'all to shut up every once in a while.
Every day.
And Mr. Preston, I'd just like to say that thanks for all the times that you've been there to listen to me, to gripe and fuss and carry on, and I really want to thank you for it, and I really appreciate it. And I guess that's all I have to say.
You know, there's a lot of mighty fine people up here. You know, you have to just honestly respect them for all limits. To sit and put up with me for 8 years, look at my ugly face and my loud mouth. Okay, Shannon, you're still in the band. But, you know, there are some bad times and good times. You know, some of you sitting out there, you heard this speech before. But it takes a lot to be in the band. And, you know, as you heard some of them say, it's just not playing your horn or marching around, but it's carrying for one another what they do, what other people do, and doing it together, and being able to do the very best you possibly can do. Like some of these folks here said they've been in 8th grade because they showed a lot of leadership and they were able to do that. I see people out there sitting, you know, it's something other than just getting a grade and forgetting about it. Oh, band's an easy A, man. You know, let's take it. It's an easy A. But no, it's not in a way. If you do exactly, you know, what you need to do, That means caring for one another and working together for a goal. And they always know that, everybody likes to win. But sometimes you lose. Life's that way, and you know that. And as far as Bull County kids have always been, they learn to cope with anything. And we've always had good senior classes. Here this year we have 23 seniors sitting up here. 23. That's about as many as I had when I first came here. We've come, like the guy said, we came a long way. I see students sitting out there right now. When I think it was Tracy Mitchell said, getting old. Yeah, I guess I am feeling a little old when I got a student sitting over here that's a teacher over here at the middle school. But it's good to see people like that. And every time we play, those same people are there watching us and supporting us. You need to have things that's meaningful to your life. And, I think band is one of the most precious memories I have ever had from my life. Of course, I'm a bander, yeah, sure. But my dad wanted me to be an artist. I didn't want to be an artist. He wanted me to be a carpenter. I didn't want to be a carpenter. He said, you mean you're going to go toot that horn? Where's that going to get you? Well, that kind of upset me a little bit. So one day I went to the cemetery and I played taps and made $10. And I said, Dad, waved the $10 bill in front of him. I said, do you make $10 every 2 minutes? I said, I did. So, it was worth that. That's just a little crazy story. But anyway, as you heard a lot of kids say I've talked them out of quitting. Sometimes they really don't realize how many things, things could mean to them. And I think the band, it probably is one of the top things that, that the wonderful things that they could have, memories. Life is too fast, way too fast. And sitting there that I'm telling you exactly what you already know, right?